Peter on the Nyx. It's a lot of fun little pickups here.
I think the weird thing is, like, Nyx is good versus Pugna, and even decent versus Tinker, right? You can run into the March, you know, stun him. You can just take away a ton of his mana because mana burn's good. But I don't know, as a 5 Nyx, he's not going to have items. He's not going to be able to position himself correctly. It's gonna be a real weird Nyx. I don't think it's actually that good of a Nyx game if he's a 5.
Yeah, we'll have to see. We know Peter to be, of course, a very selfless support. Rarely greedy in his own right.
And that can be bad or good, that's for sure. And like,
very true.
Sometimes you do need items, but Peter's like, nah, you get the item ace.
I'll be curious to see how action-packed his Nyx Assassin will be in this game. And, of course, that man right there, Mind Control, what he's going to be bringing to the table. Obviously, the stand-in for the team to kind of step in due to the VC issues. And, you know, there's a lot about just trying to find your team cohesion on top of it, too. So it's not just how Mind Control can play Terrorblade, but is the rest of the team prepared for Mind Control's playstyle of Terrorblade as well?
I'll be intrigued. I'm assuming he'll just play it normal, farm up, win late game, and hope he gets to the late game. Because we saw it was Moo who struggled, right? Like, he farmed okay, but all of a sudden there's a Visage at your base at 15 minutes, and you're like, well, I'm a TB. Like, what do you want me to do even if I come back?
And you can't help but feel like that would be amplified even further this game because you have a Pugna even to add on top of it. So
I think, right? paiN actually kind of lost the lanes that game for like 5 minutes. Then all of a sudden, Weehaw TP top, got level 7. They just won the game like that. So be intrigued to see.
They were pressuring the Weehaw Visage a lot in that bottom lane too. So we'll have to see if that's something they're going to keep up here. We already see Saksa unloading his LSA and the hefty right clicks coming out, plus the battle hunger on top of it. That's a lot. You'll be chewing through this region pretty fast on the Visage.
Tavo tipped Peter because Peter just like whiffed an Impale. You know, it's just paiN usually abuses their tips, but you know, sometimes they put it to good use.
Do you think Peter, for the kind of guy he is one to mute the all chat just to kind of get it out there?
I could definitely see that. I mute it. It's not even because it bothers me. I'm just like, why? Like all chatting I love. Tipping and hero wheel, I don't know, it just feels like lame. Like, just call someone a scrub straight up. You don't have to tip them to do it. Just call them a scrub.
I really don't know many players who would get motivated to be tipped against. Like, you tip against me, it's only going to make me play better. I don't think anyone says that. You miss a stun, you get tipped, you're definitely going to be thinking about it just a little bit.
Yeah. No, man.
More pressure continuing here on the bottom, but that same pressure. Okay, well, man, how the tides have already turned for this one. It's Weehaw scoring the first blood, sniping down Fada on the X.
Oh, is this a bad sign for him? They lost their lanes last time and won. You win your lane this time. The problem is he comes back with like full HP, got some more regen, has double stout.
That top lane also going really well for paiN too. Tavo's sitting at the top of the CS game right now, and that Pugna 8-3 in this matchup.
You see Misery goes that 0-1-1 build again with the armor. Tavo just does a ton of damage, but Misery, whoa.
Yeah, he's nice 2-man stun from Peter, lining up the shot there. Tries to pursue forward, but obviously doesn't want to get too ahead of himself. Misery is out of regen at this point, so just have to be a little careful.
I think he wants to suicide, but you can't really because he's taking damage from this Terrorblade, which means he has to wait longer to suicide so it doesn't just give him the gold. Interesting.
It's also hard now to commit to an early suicide. It adds so much to your time, it feels like, if it's early on, right?
Yeah. To Newts, he could run to like the tier 2 or something, but we saw in a game earlier someone did that and an Axe TP'd and actually stole the golden experience.
Yeah.
Oh, Weehaw.
All right. Possible redemption here. Toss back, but it's not going to matter. Fata is able to return to the lane and get a little bit of vengeance. Meanwhile, Misery, who we'd been talking about before, does eventually get caught out. It is going to be Mind Control picking up that last hit. So just as we were getting ready to praise up paiN Gaming in their laning phase, NiP are able to score a couple of kills for themselves.
I know you died terribly. I think it's fine, right? You give 155 gold, which is maybe 4 creeps. You've already dominated. Pugna's done a good job of dominating. I think you're okay giving that gold just because, well, Misery's level 3, comes back full HP and mana. Even though dying's bad, sometimes it has its uses.
Looks pretty close in the mid lane as well. Between Recruit and Tinker. Stun top lane. Set up. They're going to make the move in for Tavo. Just walks on out. Misery's confident to stand in and pop some shots onto Mind Control, who is going to pop the Metamorph. So he's going to be committing the extra bit of harassment damage and just pushing the lane on forward. But ooh, he eats a hard blast to Crep. Stomp! It's there. He's forced to pop the wand to stay alive. And then the burst follow-up. Dude, Terrorblade is frail in the early game, and you got to be careful of that. Meanwhile, Wee scores another kill for his team. Bottom sniping down and getting the finish of Saksa. paiN firing right back.
And he thought, he was like, I've got 10 stick charges, I'm going to be fine. He didn't expect like the decrep level, the 1-1-1 build from ET, and it really paid off.
Here we go. And these teams are aggressive.
King RD, will he be okay?
I don't think so. Battle Hunger, another chop right there. And Fada will pick it up.
This is a 6 kills, 4.5 minutes. Middle lane, not going to be much, unless this Broodmother wants to dive Tinker, but...
Yeah, unless it gets to that point, this is the only lane that seems to be a bit of a stale right now. 21-8, 22.
Yeah, it seems like HFN's still in a decent game. He's going to actually look like he's going to try to double stack for himself here.
Yeah, he got great timing for the Boots of Travel in his last Tinker game, and that was a game where it felt like their laning advantage was not there at all. So I'd be surprised to see how fast he can get it this time. Peter. Stomp. Carapace. Wants that 5-minute rune, he's going to get it. Stuns out the Tinker and tries to run out the other direction here.
He shouldn't escape here, but you never know. Misery needs to get enough for stun. He's just going to walk out.
Worth it for sure. Uh-oh, Brood's now taking action into the lane. Has set up shop behind the tower. This is where things get very scary for the Tinker when he does return to the lane.
And I like it because Nyx is still just sitting there too.
Yep.
Bottom though. See you later, Tiny. Maybe not.
Toss back, tree toss. King RG's going to be fine. Steps out and away. No health regen though, so I don't know if he's going to just make the walk all the way back or go for the shrine. Okay.
Meanwhile, Peter's just getting chunked down by Misery right now. It'll be okay.
It turns around.
Yep. I don't know, NiP or NiP just feel okay just playing a little more cautiously. Like even bottom, I'm pretty sure they could get that kill on Tiny, but is it worth one of them dying for it as well? They're just playing a lot more cautiously. Not sure if it's good or bad yet.
This is where I mean, if you're going with what the panel was talking about, this is where we might see Ace kind of do more of the right thing, I guess, with the Broodmother. Like if he's more assertive in the lane, he's already like he postured up a lot already behind that tier 1. He's scooping with the Ancients. Doesn't want to be doing the Ancients too much, but Tinker's completely out of the lane, so I don't know how much kill potential is even going to be there for the Brood to dive.
Here's Misery, just like last time versus the Brood. Goes middle because he can't get those Spiderlings, Spiderites, get that extra damage.
Yeah.
The problem is he can't really do anything with the damage. He can right click and yeah, Ace just goes straight back in there.
Stun, toss all the way back. Fata under the tower, forced to call and try to run out a different direction here if possible.
With the Quelling Blade.
Does find a way out.
Oh, maybe. He might be dead. I think he's dead.
Into it again. And this time pay the price for it. Nice grab right there. It's going to go to Wee. Toss or stun forward. Go for Saksa. Can't get close enough for the toss back though. Meanwhile, top lane. Also pressure onto the Pugna. Metamorph was committed. They're going to get the stun. Some right clicks could be there. Self-decrep though. And a blast will create the space necessary to make it away from trouble.
And this, I think NiP's already done a little bit better job of like not just letting paiN dictate the lanes. They're winning top as well now with the TBs pushing into their tower. You see Peter, he's just looking for top. He's like, I know your Elder Titan's middle, so I can do this. But now guess what? Elder Titan's here.
Yep. Misery catches him from the front.
Trying to bait out the Carapace.
Yep. And while that's happening, we see bottom lane also has a little bit of a skirmish, but this one is really beginning to unfold now with the rockets and the stomp nukes coming out. Peter will be finished off. Been really a big nuisance in that lane, kind of drawing a lot of focus from paiN, pulling that focus away from someone like TerrorBlade, let's say, so they can continue farming up, which is good.
I think the only problem if you're NiP now is this Visage is flying out his Helmet of Dominator. He's going to be level 6 in about 1 creep wave. Even this Axe is going to have Trums, and oh man, Misery just gets melted. I mean, with that many Spiderlings, doesn't matter.
Yeah, this is his lane now at this point. He's taking pretty firm control of it. It's going to take Tinker's marches to try to fend it off a bit, but it looks like he will be able to go for the finish of the tier 1 tower rather easily.
Yeah, we've seen Bryle, like, it felt like he didn't really know exactly what to do versus that dual lane. Like, once Elder Titan came middle and Tinker was there, like, he didn't really know. Well, Tinker's just dead again. Oof. And this is feeling definitely a lot worse.
This is a scary Brood game right now. He's totally in control here.
even. I mean, this Tiny's level 4. Like, what are you going to do? Stun toss combo him for 50 damage?
Yeah. I don't think that's going to get it done.
It's going to have to be Weehaw trying to make space, but it's Peter up top. I think. Yep, he's probably going to die. Yep. Nice double, though. Actually, yep. That double might have just saved him.
Tip him back, Peter.
That's when you actually do. I don't know. I don't think Peter might be one of the guys who doesn't actually have Dota Plus.
Yeah, I can see that. I've never imagined Peter to even tip anyways.
Do you have it?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I had that free 1 month.
Wait, you got a free 1 month?
Not a free month, but I guess I got the initial 1 month or whatever.
Wait, you get an initial month?
I think I had to pay for it, but I just got it along with the hype of everyone else. I only did the 1 month.
Oh, and here you see the axe. With just level 6, like the bird do so much damage.
Oh, man.
That's why you can't just leave someone alone against Visage.
And so you die. That's a great chat line right there. Nice grab right there. They try to move on forward to go for the tier 1 as well. While that's happening, Tavo gets his own tower there at the top lane too. Still tossing things back and around here.
He canceled the clarity from Sox and destroyed PPD. So they're all just going to 3-man showers here. You ever been to a bathhouse?
Yes.
Because it looks like this Brood's about to not have one to hit up, but he's okay.
Yes, I did. A friend took me there for my bachelor party. Part of it.
Really? Isn't it just like? I mean, isn't it just like 50 old dudes?
Yeah, I mean that wasn't the bachelor party.
That was just the party. Here you go. I'm gonna go hit the gym.
I realized when I said that. That's like that sounds like I had the worst bachelor party ever. But
we hit up the bathhouse.
It was like a guy's night out to go to the spa. Like that's like a spa thing or whatever.
Dude, spas are great.
Yeah.
You ever had a mani or pedi done or no?
I've never had a. No, I've never had neither actually.
I've had a. What's the toes?
That's
Manny?
Petty, I think.
Petty, okay about that. It's whatever.
That just goes to show I don't know what the...
Me either. I'm trying, man. So top lane, we saw Weehaw rotate up here last time, but with the Pugna on their team as well, they can just pressure multiple lanes at once instead of being like forced to pressure one.
Yeah, that's their advantage. I mean, while the Brood has pretty much a chokehold grip on this mid lane, paiN do have the credit of both Weehaw, Visage, and the Pugna to just push out multiple lanes.
Oh, Peter whiffs the stun. I don't think they would have gotten the kill either way, but those whiff it. Sock's almost level 6 now. His mana boots, bottom. See ya, Fada. You can't. You'd think Axe would be good versus like Helm of the Dominator kind of thing, but Visage just doesn't care. The birds will melt you. It doesn't matter how much armor you have. You get Grave Chilled, you're just gonna die. They gotta stop sending Axe down here. I think it's actually losing him the game.
Yeah, I know. I realize he's probably real thirsty to try to make moves towards his Blink Dagger here, but that opportunity may not be there.
He's a Vanguard. Vanguard honestly doesn't do that much versus Visage. They're going to get a tier 1. Peter wants to set something up. He has Carapace while he's invis. Can definitely
TP
stun him.
And cancel it.
There it is. Don't think he can kill him though, but it's a good play. Is he going to stun him again?
Yeah, that's what you do. That's what you do. He's going to do it.
Yes, do it. Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
He can't still just do it again. Though, like, he has Soul Ring. Like,
so much time wasted.
Oh, they're looking for him. They're like, nah, you're going to die for that, Mr. Pandem.
No, the birds are coming.
Dude, they're actually,
like, there's nowhere to go.
God.
You want to see a TP get canceled, sir?
Who's with him? Oh, Ace is here. Look at Ace. Ace doesn't even care.
You want to tip him? They're going to tip him too,
Wait,
right?
Yeah. Ace is just there. He's like, nah, you're good. You're good, bro.
He did it too.
Oh, my goodness.
Man. Well, I mean, Peter definitely is a little bit of a headache on that one, but
I think that's...
to swarm it.
Yeah, I think Peter's fine with that. Like, if it was like 1 or 2, okay, but he baited 4 people over there. And it's not like the Pugna's pushing top that hard. Doing it decent. It's not like a Visage where your tower's just dead. He has to slowly blast it over and over.
Yeah, Peter's pretty much bottom net worth. It's not like he's handing over a chunk of change.
That's what we talked about, though. Also, that 5, it's not handing over anything, but he needs items. He is level 7, but it just feels like a Ewell's, a Blink. Either of those 2 items just help so much in this game.
For sure.
Well, we're to see. What can he do right now? Is he going to go for this?
He's thinking about it.
Bad idea.
Heavy pressure to go onto the tier 1. Soxa does have Laguna, but realistically, can they kill anything here? Well, maybe with Fata they can, but this is an Axe who has to walk in and do the old-fashioned way.
Oh, the Tiny. They got so nervous. You saw how nervous Peter got right when he saw Tiny. It's like, they don't even have wards, but he doesn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, he gets the stun. There's the LC, the Laguna. Another stun follow-up. It's a 3-on-1 to just try to go for the finish of Tiny. They will be able to get it, but it's at the expense of that mid-tier 1 tower.
and top getting pushed in better now because TB was like, wait, I can't lane up here. And he just heads to his little home castle here.
Little Aether Lens on the Pugna friend so he can get further range for those blasts, ward drops, and even life drains.
Yep, I still can't believe life drain can heal your teammate. That's still one of those changes. It's so weird. I think people don't like use it correctly, you know?
I feel like when I use it, like it really takes a lot out of
correct.
It feel like it just takes a lot out of Pugna when you do it. Like I'm doing it and I'm like, man, I have no life now.
Yeah, I mean he's this little skeleton. Oh, Peter.
The crab blast suck, and he's gone.
I feel you're just a little like spooky skeleton, and then you're just like, here's all my life. Oh, never mind, I'm dead. Damn, they're gonna use all their tips on him.
Oh, they're trying to full-blown tilt the man. Any Misery getting in on it.
It's only game one. Y'all get a calm down. I like it though. Do you like the? I don't know. I like cockiness, but do you? That's what you'd consider this, right? Or no? What would you consider this?
I
bottom
mean,
lane. Sorry, guys.
As we see King RD get manhandled by Ace here in the bottom lane. I don't think that's really anything too unfamiliar for a lot of sports. You hear many stories about like, NBA players talking trash to each other on the court and all that. I don't know. I think tipping is pretty docile.
It's pretty lame. Yeah. Or not lame. I mean tame.
Yeah.
Maybe both. I don't know.
Lame tame.
No.
All right. 1400 on Fata's Axe towards the Blink Dagger here. Our win probability still down the middle, it looks like. Yep. The Dota Plus.
I think that's... I actually have no clue why. Maybe it's the Tinker. You don't really know Dota Plus. Well, Peter's going to try to run.
Carapace. Good stun to slow down the summons.
Pretty decent versus Visage there. I mean, it's only... look at his build. 2-1-4 on the Nyx. He just has to max Carapace or else he'll get run down by the Visage. You really do.
Yep.
But they are doing a better job. It feels like this game that the TB team is doing better. Like, he's getting some farm. He goes Aquila Dragonlance so he can survive some of that burst, even be useful early. And look at that, TP's out. Nicely done.
Just in time. He's simply trying to fend off the pressure from that top lane. Ace gets another grab on King RD in the bottom lane.
Down there?
His Brood is just putting in work right now. He knows when he can take opportunities to just get the jump and kill players. He's 4-0 right now on the 4-0-0. Like everything he's done it on his own.
Yeah,
and
I don't need
in his own world, playing his own game.
Farming at tier 3 by himself. You see, Bryle like never rotated out of the middle lane and already bottom. Brood's done such a good job of rotating.
Is pretty Brood. This is a pretty Brood game for sure.
Yeah, he's brooding it up.
That's how you do it.
He's gonna get the tower with the siege and get a maybe try for the deny.
Laser. Nope, not gonna get that deny.
And he's a full BKB.
But they are able to get their own tier 2 in the mid lane. Weehaw picks that one up. So they're just going down that checklist of just objectives now. To the bottom, I suppose, could be next year if they want to kind of take on the Brood head on.
The difference between these two games right now definitely feels like the Brood plays a little bit better, but the TB's also finding farm, and it feels like paiN, they're not as aggressive as they were in the other game, and I'm wondering if it's the change of teams, or they just know they can't push base, right? If they try to push the base, Ace will push their base almost just as quick.
Do you remember, I don't mean to put you on the spot, do you remember what Tavo played in that game on the offlane? I know they didn't have the Pugna. I'm trying to remember what they had. Maybe that was something that could have been more proactive across the other lanes. May have been a reason why they were able to kind of be more active. I don't believe it was a Tiny or anything.
Yeah, he played the Weaver.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. The Weaver. That could be a little more proactive, I suppose. But
here's the Roche. And with the Visage, with Helm of the Dominator and Solar Crest, it's going to go down reasonably quick here.
Just handing over all of his life drain to King RD, who's trying to tank the Roche because they don't seem to have a good tank anywhere. And now as they're fighting it out, here comes Ace to the party right now, venturing away from that bottom lane and joining his team for what feels like the first time in the game, and they're just going to get paiN out of the neighborhood.
Damn. He just ran in. That is his 10-second BKB used just to get that, Tiny killed, but it slows down Roche as well. I feel like Radiant can just go in again if they want. We'll see.
They didn't really have anyone good to tank it.
Yeah.
The Tiny was eating a lot
I think
of
you just have to use the Helm of the Dominator creep.
Yeah. Lots of pings here.
It's not like Dire doesn't have the best Roshan fight. They do have a Blink from Axe, but that's about it, as well as the Lina.
Yeah, it's okay. Okay Roche counter in their lineup to even do Roche is, yeah, it's okay.
Oh, metal. They're still looking to be feisty, but no one really wants to go in except Ace from behind, possibly.
Oh! Bata does not get the call off. He does cancel it after that blink in. Wade sets it up then on the Weeho. He's going to eat the Laguna. Still, is it going to be enough firepower to go for the finish? Ace thinks about going for him, instead goes to the high ground to get the easier finish onto the Tavo and heads right back into the fight with the back end of his BKB. Tries to focus in onto Wee. Peter now slipping in, looking to go for the stun setup there. Tiny low on mana. Finds Tinker in the woods nearby. And then steps off. That was...
What a strange, like, skirmish, I guess?
Yeah, only one little kill.
Yep.
I felt like it was going to be definitely more of an assault than that.
Yeah, I think
It's pretty tame.
paiN's honestly, I don't think they're fine losing 1-0, but it's a BKB charge every time. He'll be down to 5 quick. The problem is there's a TB in this game, and he hasn't just fallen completely off. He's even going BKB second item.
Yeah.
He's right. He wants to fight with his team. Like, he knows if we get past 30 minutes, we're probably going to win this game. So let's do it.
paiN, though, trying to continue their objective path forward. They continue to float around this Roche pit. It's definitely being contested each way. Bata now being spotted out. The chase is on from King RD. Missiles flying down and below. Not enough to be able to go for the follow-up finish. Ace has to take to the hills and over. Make it away from potential trouble. And he popped a BKB again.
It is a pretty big deal. And like, sometimes, yeah, you just need a 5 Saiyan. But in games like these, where you know you're going to be fighting 24/7, you don't just... I mean, you just have a 5 Saiyan BKB, that's going to go down so quickly.
Yep, he's already at 7, 20 minutes in.
Man. Yeah, he's used it just once a minute, it feels like. Blink on Tiny. Now they actually have some catches. A blink toss back. All of a sudden, it sets up a high ground push. This is where paiN usually likes to be. They're down 2K, but they're still in a decent position. They definitely are on a timer, though. There's definitely a timer for the Dire side. Like, Tinker is very good into the late game, but...
Yeah, you don't want to be in that
it's not
position
terrible,
where
but
you're just trying to survive by pushing out side lanes barely with Tinker. You don't want to be in that kind of position. They're trying to keep the lanes pushed as far forward as they can right now. Tinker's jumping around between lanes and jungle, trying to mass farm. He's doing a pretty good job with it, I gotta say. He's got the 8th lens done.
Nullifier next item for Brood.
Pipe also picked up by Wee. Good heavy magic mitigation to be able to offer for himself and his team. He's already hard enough to take down as it is.
The strategy they used versus J-Storm, though, isn't working here. They're like trying to sit behind Weeha. They've already taken like all the tier 2s except bottom. The problem is they don't have control of the map like they did versus J-Storm. And TB, he has a BKB. It feels like paiN has to make something happen in the next like 10 minutes, or else this TB will just take over the game. And they try middle, but won't find anyone.
Yep. All right, no opportunity there. They're going to have to look elsewhere. Back smoke play here. There was a ward nearby. I'm not sure if it had a brief vision within lane. I mean, they're chat wheeling as if they know, though.
Yeah, I think they do. Nice, well played. They could just go into Roche. They're going to kill sentries off first. Roche back to full HP would be pretty tough. It actually is really hard to fight Roche unit rating, because even though Brood's not the best, Roche here, won't find Peter. Carapace, man. Very strong spell.
It's definitely good at getting him out of a sticky situation. They'll kind of push them back. But they're thirsty for Roche. They're going back at it again. Pings are coming out. They're using the Spirit to try to scout out the high ground to see what NiP could be up to. Down to just below half of his life. Here comes the return of HFNs. NiP creeping in. He sends in his little spiderlings, and they're going right for Wee. The follow-up call is there. A nice decrep, though, to avoid further damage. Does come out. He tries to even give him a little bit of that life drain support. Misery super low. Somehow still surviving. Finally able to be brought down from Mind Control's refraction there.
Oh, this Roche so low. I think Ace and Tavo both know what's happening right now. Maybe they don't. They're just going to give it up. It looks like it. I don't think Radiant knows this is happening.
They are frantically trying to TP to that area. I don't think they're going to get there in time. It's already done. The birds were soaring over, but it's too late.
That's a good call. Whoever
Jump,
made that call.
Toss up and down, but there's the Sunder, and one shot and a dunk, and Tavo is gone. follow-up takedown's going to be there as well for King RD. And here comes the NiP swarm. paiN need to run to the hills right now to make it away. Frantic to try to go for the rearm. Jump in from Pata. Beautiful setup onto 2. Here comes NiP, slaughtering out 4 of them. The end of the day.
Well, I said that about 10 minutes, but it's looking like their time. I mean, it's only 24 minutes in, but you're playing against this TB, this Brood, who is level 20 at 24 minutes. And an ad. The best thing...
So about Peter with the alt chat.
I'm fine with that.
It's like, you guys have tipped me enough. I'll hit you with a dot.
Yeah, Peter, you know, he was talking a little bit in the pregame lobby. Yeah, he doesn't have it. He's like, dot.
He's like, I don't have Dota Plus, so here's my 2 tips.
I don't know. This just feels like paiN missed their timing. I mean, that's the thing, too, right? Like, I would say NiP is maybe a tier above J-Storm, so what may have worked against them isn't going to work against, like, another team, right? I mean, Ace played for Secret Mind Control. He's won a TI. These guys are pretty good.
True that. paiN are definitely going to get tested on what feels like another level with this matchup here. What may have been able to coast by against paiN, maybe due to uncomfort.
Oh, sorry. This Lina actually almost just hit just a raw LSA on Tinker. Barely missed.
Sox has been kind of a quiet killer in this game, you know. It's 0-1-7 Lina, you know, she's there to kind of dish out the extra firepower and an occasional stun, but...
You know the best way to get gold? Don't die. And she has done a good job of that.
That is certainly true.
Think if, man, especially on GPM heroes, you don't die on GPM heroes, you're in a good spot.
Yeah, I was like checking her, like, she doesn't have a GPM talent, right? That would be mega value, but...
Yeah. Has the Aether Lens cast range versus Tinker especially. It's so good. I'm surprised.
Aether Lens and the cast range
so
talent.
Good. We've seen,
wow.
I will say, I think he did get that. I know Boris has been playing it a lot for BSJ's Team Runes, and he does this exact same thing. You can just farm from, you never have to show your face. You can just nuke waves from the forest. I mean, it's even better versus Tinker, right?
Yep.
Because this Tinker, now you have the Yules. Yules with the cast range is actually...
Look at that.
You can find, yeah.
I mean, I'm highlighting that. That's pretty crazy.
That is.
Giant cast.
They're trying. This is the last tier 2. paiN, you got to get this, and then I don't know where you go after this. I don't think you can push uphill.
See, jumping from Fata. Been putting in a lot of work since he was able to get that Blink together. And he's found focus onto Wii. There's Decrepto. HFN looking to roll right back into the party, but they've been already able to snipe down the King RD, and now the runaway from Misery and company here. Soxa from the outside, able to get that Yules on a Weehawk. They're going to be able to hold him back and away while Mind Control runs on forward, looking to go for the finish onto Tavo. Can't pursue with the chase, but they are going to be able to make it a 3-4-1 trade. Very nice. NiP again. 18-10, 11K net worth advantage. All but solid here. The win condition for paiN is just getting slimmer and slimmer.
That's a good thing about this Axe here, right? Like we've seen Puppy played in the 5 role. It's still good in the off lane. When you have someone who can just blink in and hold a bunch of people in place, you're always going to be a good hero no matter what position.
Yeah, he even had a bit of a hard time in the laning phase too. Jump call,
that's
get
200
that
gold,
saber
baby.
out of here.
Yeah, take it. He's going Shadowblade instead of like Hood. A little surprised. I guess it's just not. I mean, Tinker will just blow you up either way.
On who?
On Axe. Now he's going BKB.
Yeah, I was going to say,
right?
you must have changed that second you said it.
Yeah, like, don't make me look dumb. Please, Fodder. Your crazy builds have done it before, but this is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, Tinker's annoyance is just a bit too much. There's a lot out there on paiN's side that you can just fend off with a good BKB.
Oh, middle. He gets the Carapace on the blast. This should just be a kill. Nice toss back.
Nice toss back save. Is he going to be the martyr, you know, risking his own life for this? Jump call from Fata rather to pull out King RD from the base, but they'll actually be the one to get the finish on the Fata. And he's like, I'm sorry, guys. I thought I had an opportunity to go for the blink call.
Yeah, he had the Astral Spirit on him, too. Astral Spirit buffs up the, what you would call magic resistance, or buffs. It takes it away, and then you just have laser rockets flying in. It's pretty darn good for that long range.
For sure. They definitely have a lot of outspam. paiN's high ground defense is certainly going to be something to have to muscle through if you're NiP, unless they're able to take some sort of outside skirmish first. It's going to be hard to kind of breach into paiN. War deep in the high ground, Tinker March, of course, toss back combos and of the nature, stomps.
The NiP, they're probably just going to wait like like, they know paiN has to push into them, and they can just take another fight. If paiN doesn't push into them, they're just going to win. So I think if you're NiP, you just sit back and let paiN do what they want to do, and you'll eventually win. I think this game's just so hard.
Top of the net worth for Ace's Brood. You think by now the Terrorblade would be really taken over? So
yeah, I think it's because he went BKB like after Dragonlance, so he didn't go like the best farming items, but he went so he could fight, and it worked out.
Yeah,
I think now I'll give him till 35 minutes, and I'm sure I'll pass him.
it's pretty fair. It's got 3K in the bank to even work with right now. Yeah. It's pretty fair.
Aghanims is picked up by Visage, so an extra bird, which will be nice. I don't see how paiN, like, they're just roaming as 5 right now while NiP's farming all 3 lanes on the map. And now here comes the big Smokerino gang. Oh, they smoked into smoke.
Yep. Misery just quickly caught out, finished off right there, and the chase is on for any other paiN members who are going to be far from their friends. Can't quite get that catch onto the Terrorblade Metamorph. Be committed here, so they might take out the wards and then try to go for some sort of follow-up objective. Tower, maybe tier 2 top lane.
Oh, I like
Lane
this.
is too far pushed.
King RD, he runs bottom just to steal a bounty rune. But it worked out. Will he die for this? We're about to find out.
Maybe. Yep.
Stat assistance pretty good versus stun.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Oh.
Good guess. He went south.
Oh man. Ace. You just can't go over. He just solo killed the team. You just can't go over there. You actually...
Look at his items. I mean, he's got that
He's a
Nullifier
monster.
now, too.
4.1k.
Yep.
Find more.
He is huge.
Tavo's just dead.
Yeah, top. It's
Well, maybe not.
Really can't. Well, what? Man, it took a long time to take him down.
Yeah, and then he lost some of his mana because of the ward, so he couldn't cast Call. Just got enough, and
Well,
now...
they still got him, and they're also going to get King RD, too.
And Ace is going to be 25. Yeah, this
is getting a bit out of control right now.
Yep, and Radiant can definitely like stall his game out with the Tinker, but Tinker's dead now, so maybe not. They're probably going to lose a rack.
This is when they can breach, you know, taking that skirmish, killing them outside the base. I mean, they don't want to have to use these buybacks for just the first set of racks, so it looks like it is going to be possibly a sacrifice here. The fortification does come out. NiP not wavered at the slightest. Moving on forward, they'll get to finish up the tier 3.
Oh,
get that
the
creep!
bird.
Get that bird!
There's a tanky bird with the solar crest. He just, look at that, mind control's like, nah, I'm BKBing. I'm killing his racks. I don't care what anyone else does.
Laguna out. Trying to go for the snipe on the backline. Misery can't quite do it, but the Raxes are cleared, so let's head on out. Sunder for life used on PPD.
All right, works.
Yep, and now they run on out. A couple of missiles as a goodbye gift, but NiP move in and get what they need.
Oh, top even getting smoked by these siege units, but HFN will finally laser him, so stop doing... Oh, he's lasering the range creeps, all right. They might lose this tier 2 because of that. Nah, it'll survive. Barely. 72 HP, but they know they can just backdoor that if they want. I'm not sure if Radiant... I mean, they need these Ags on Tinker. They're going to need a Sheep Stick and a Sheevas probably. And they're going to need that all in about 8 minutes here.
Can they do it?
Probably not, but
all
this
right.
Terrorblade has an Eye of Scotty now. Oh, man, I didn't even see that. Yeah, I think you just... You don't have to wait for anything. If you really want, yeah, he's going to take this Shrine bottom. Maybe just wait for Roche. I think that's fine. It will be up in a minute. We know that at least.
Is that really their best chance, you think, for paiN? It's like contest and fight at the Roche or take the Roche if that's somehow possible?
I have no clue what paiN's going to do. I was just saying for NiP. If they want to be caught, just wait for Roche. For paiN,
yeah.
I think they have. They got to. You can't just fight in base. You're going to lose eventually.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like
yeah,
I know paiN do have decent high ground defense, but their better chances might be trying to catch NiP when they're trying to focus down the Roche.
Yep.
So we'll have to see if it's going to be like some sort of maybe desperation fight. I mean, Misery is just on guard as a ward himself.
He's waiting for this Roche to come up.
So yeah, I don't think paiN can like behind the back grab Roche, but they're just hoping to kind of have a better setup so that when NiP roll through, can maybe take advantage. But if they lose a fight here dramatically, this game is all but over. Okay, well, jump in. They go for the heavy burst. Misery trying to make it back out and away, but Ace is just chomping him on through, and he'll get that finish onto King RD. Meanwhile, Fata chasing onto Wee. Wee trying to move forward, looking to go for any easy target. Even on the socks of it, he gets hit with a Crimson Guard. pops out the stun, and he's going to be all but safe. They've already been taking out other paiN members. 3 have been dropped already. The final 2 cores still standing here. A buyback is going to be forced out, though, from Tavo. Given that this is likely the final hurrah of paiN Gaming, we'll see if they can make anything out of it here. It's a long, slow burn to be able to go for the finish of Weehaw, but they eventually will get it done, and that will be the game. NiP, you know, paiN pulling out the same kind of lineup, but NiP showing that they are just of another class right now, and they're going to be definitely testing paiN on another level.
Yeah, I wonder, this is one of those drafts. I wonder if you do that if you actually do have 33. I know he's a great player, but I've never really seen him play Terrorblade. Meanwhile, you have Mind Control. It's like, hey, you're our offlane stand-in. You want to play Terrorblade? Like, oh, I guess. And then it works out for him because they get all these other different heroes. You get Fought on his Axe, which he played a ton when he was playing offlane instead of middle, and now Ace. I mean, give Ace that cheese hero he loves, and that's all he plays, man. This team, it's been talked about time and time again. Huskar, Brood, they just love playing these heroes in non-cheesy ways. They'll first pick him half the time, and